So tomorrow is Samhain, which is the halfway mark between the equinox and the winter solstice. And it's the energy of fall. It's that, the leaves are falling off the trees and all of the energy of the tree is going down into the roots. The bears are going into hibernation. It's that time of going within. And I had the privilege of going to a menopausal initiation circle this weekend. And it was really powerful to honor that time. It's not, our culture does not have that welcoming those ceremonies to move us forward in the next phase of our life. We don't have that acknowledgement. And it was really beautiful to create this ceremony with this circle of women that were there. And it really reminded me of the difference of growth that happens. So when a tree, is a brand new growing, its job is to seek the light, and it grows as fast as it can to reach the crown. But once it reaches the crown, then that's when it can broaden. That's when the depth happens. And the same is true in our lives. The younger era of our life is about growth. It's about action. It's about making things happen. And then as we enter into the fall, for those of us who are still young, and the menopausal part of life, where that wisdom begins to come. We go within. We are less influenced by outer experience and more influenced by the inner experience. One of the things that I've come upon with people who are new to manifestation, the co-creation with the divine, is that they get in that shooting tree mode, and it becomes, how can I create for self profit only, to look good, to show someone else that I can do this, where it's about the outside world, where it's about other things other than what the calling inside of me is. So I believe that co-creating with the divine, manifesting whatever it is, needs to come from within us. It's about discovering what we're meant to be living, the life that we are meant to be living. And that's why that question, what would you love, really comes into play. And it's not just, what would you love with this physical world? It's what would you want to be experiencing? I talk a lot about looking at the feelings that you think you're going to get when you get that thing. So when we're in the mode of only, just no depth in our growth and manifesting things because we want to show up everybody else and say, oh, look what I can do. When we're in that mode, we're not going to be living out of our hearts. We're not really going to be living out of the thing that we would love. It has much more of a superficial desire to fit our society, to look good to others. But really, when we get to the place of depth that we can develop, where we're really asking what would we love, and we get in touch with that yes feeling from ourselves internally, that's when the manifestation becomes satisfying. When we're living for the outside world, when we're striving for the goal that is actually someone else's goal, maybe our parents, maybe just society at large, there's a sense of, there's not the satisfaction. There's a sense of, okay, I did that, but it doesn't feed us. I've known people who have learned about this type of manifestation, this co-creation, and they've done amazing things. But they did it to impress other people. They did it to look good. And it felt really hollow. So when we begin to find that depth, and as a menopausal woman, I feel like I can tap into that depth in a way that, I'm not so concerned about what other people think or what other people want of me. When Jim and I manifested our house, the house that I want, my dream home is not a lot of other people's dream home. We live way out in the woods. We have a lodge. We don't have a beautiful McMansion that a lot of other people, that's their dream. But it's not my dream. So I invite you this week to kind of get in touch with, use the fall energy of going within and really listen to that voice, not all of the other chatter that's happening all around you all the time, expectations and this is what you should want from advertising, but really get in touch with what makes you come alive. What is it that you want to be manifesting in your life? Really get in depth with what would you love to have in your life. Blessings.